Today's video has been sponsored by keysfan.com. More on that later. All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hey, I want to move forward with having a look at this Sound Blaster AWE64 that I repaired in my last video. So to that end, I got this hankering for some good old classic DOS gaming and, you know, DOS goodness. So yeah, stick around and let's have a look at this. All right, so hardware-wise, what do we got today? We have a Shuttle HOT661 motherboard. It's a slot 1 board. We've got a Pentium 3 at 500 megahertz. We have a Voodoo 3 2000. We have a IDE to compact flash, which will work just fine for DOS. Of course, we have the Sound Blaster AWE64, and we got 256 megs of RAM. And we're going to use a GoTech. I do have physical floppies, but the GoTech is just so much better, to be honest. So let me jump over to my main rig, and I'll show you how I'm going to get this system here up and running with a DOS environment. Need to upgrade your PC without breaking the bank? Get a genuine Windows 10 or 11 key for half the price using code KMH50 at checkout. Or maybe you're looking for a Microsoft Office to boost your productivity. Save a whopping 62% with code KMH62 on Office 2016, 2019, and even Office 2021. Activation is quick, secure, and hassle-free. Plus, they've got great customer service if you need help. Buying and using your key is super simple. Just head over to keysfan.com, pick the product you want. On checkout, put your product code KMH50. Fill in your email address and other information, then place your order. Then you can go ahead and pay with PayPal or a credit card through PayPal. Once you receive the email with your key, go ahead and just copy your key. Go ahead and paste your key. Click Next. Activate. And that's it. Windows is activated. Check out the links in the description to grab your keys today and level up your setup for less with keysfan.com. Okay, so I'm going to use Phil's Easy Boot Disk. So basically, this disk will allow you to get your hard drive formatted and various files copied over to it and get you ready to boot DOS from your hard drive. So what I'm going to use is the GoTech. So here I have the GoTech utility open. And what we want to do is write an image file. And there's the boot disk, and we're going to open it. So there you go. That's that's the fastest possible way I know of to write a quote floppy. So it's basically ready to rock and roll. And yeah, so we can just pull out this flash drive and plug it back into the GoTech, and yeah, we'll just boot from it. So hang tight. Okay, so I've got the flash drive in the GoTech. Let's power this thing on, and I've made the boot floppy as 000. So let's get into booting this thing. Okay, so we successfully booted. So I do have the compact flash installed. I don't know what was on it before, so let's look for the utilities folder on this boot disk. I believe it's going to be in the DOS folder, so let's CD into the DOS folder. Let's just do a dirw. And we do have fdisk, so let's run fdisk. All right, and then let's just have a look and see. Let's display the partition information. So that compact flash card has a non-DOS partition of 2 gigabytes. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete the partition, and we're going to delete non-DOS, which is 4. There it is. So we're going to delete partition 1. So we'll hit enter. you want to continue? Yes, we do. Non-DOS partition deleted. Escape to continue. So now let's create a DOS partition. So that's number 1. We're going to create a primary partition. So 1 is the default. And do we want to use the maximum size? Sure. I don't know exactly what that is. Guess we'll find out. And the system will now reboot. So we will go ahead and we'll press the any key. Okay, and we're back. I just realized some of my lights were glaring off the monitor, so I turned them off. Okay, so let's go back to the DOS partition, directory. And we should have a format yet, so we're going to format C. Okay, let's click yes. We're going to do that. Okay, so it's 2 gigabytes. I guess that must be the default or maximum size for DOS partition. Not really sure. If you know, go ahead and give us a comment down below. And we'll just call this DOS, I guess. Okay, so now let's go back, cd.dir. So as far as what Phil's Computer Lab says about this disk, you just run install that. So let's see what happens. And so now it appears to be, yeah, it's copying information over. There's Unisound, that's good. So the only thing I'm not entirely sure about is I don't know if I should have formatted it with the system flag. I guess we'll find out, right? Okay, so let's go to the C drive, do a directory. Okay, so we have a config sys and an auto exec bat, and we have drivers and DOS. Okay, so let's do a reboot, and we'll get into the BIOS here so I can change the boot order. Let's see. If it doesn't boot, then I should have formatted it with the system flag, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. And it didn't boot. Okay, so we do have to do that. I probably should have read his web page just a little closer. Okay, with the magic of of the internet, I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So we've I just formatted the drive. So all you would do is you would boot from your floppy again, and you would open up the DOS directory and type format C:/S, and you would format it with the system. So I've already done that. So now we'll go back to the A drive and we'll run that install bat again. Let it copy those files. Okay, so now let's reboot. The BIOS is set to boot from C drive. Okay, there we go. Now we have this nice menu that Phil made. So you can choose expanded memory, extended memory, conventional memory. All those first 3 are with CD-ROM, and then you have the last 3 with expanded, extended, or conventional with no CD-ROM. I don't currently have a CD-ROM, so I'll just choose extended memory. Okay, and now we're going to edit the auto exec.bat file. Okay, so now I am going to get a mouse driver going. So I think what I'll do is let's just do this L mouse, and I'm also going to uncomment out the Unisound driver. Okay, so when the computer boots, it's going to load high a mouse driver, and it's going to run the Unisound driver, and we should see the AWE64 get initialized. So we'll do an Alt and save, and then an Alt and then exit, and then let's reboot again. Okay, starting MS-DOS. Let's just choose extended again. There's the Logitech mouse driver. And there is the Sound Blaster card, all initialized and ready to rock and roll. Okay, let's do some testing on this sound card with some of the games from my youth. So, when I was a teenager, I was very much into the Sierra games, and I'll take you back to my desktop and I'll show you where I get my games from, all nice and legal. So, yeah, hang tight. Okay, so here's what I like to do, and it's goodoldgames.com. So, uh, these games are typically, you pick them up for $2-3, like uh, the Space Quest series as an example. They sell games 1, 2, and 3 in a pack, and it was like $4.95, and 4, 5, and 6 in a pack, and again it was also like $4.95. So it's like $1 something a game, and so I mean, to be quite honest, there's no real reason to like steal games. You can just go get games from your youth here if they have it, of course. So this is just the website. Here's the Good Old Games app. And so, for instance, if I want to play Wolfenstein 3D on my retro computer, I've got it installed on my main computer. But what we can do is we can go to the folder where this is installed, right? And so here's Wolfenstein 3D here. So, and I've also got the King's Quest and the Space Quest. They're all installed. So what I'll do is I will copy all of these, and then I'm going to use a compact flash to USB adapter, and I'll attach that to my computer, and I'll just copy these, games over. And then, once I put the compact flash back in my retro computer, I can boot it up, and these folders will be here. All right. Before I continue on with some gaming, I'm going to actually just swap back to this LCD monitor. Just it's so much easier to record, and there's no screen flicker. But you can see that this CRT is, we'll just call it a 16-inch, even though it's actually technically not. And this monitor is a 17-inch, as you can see. And of course, even though this only goes down to a supported resolution of 640 by 480, it'll also handle 320 by 200 just fine. And it's just so much easier to record. All right, let's check out some of these games here. Let's start with Wolfenstein 3D. Bring 'em on. I used to play the heck out of this when I was a kid. All right, let's get that big gun. Treasure. More treasure. I don't remember where all the secrets are anymore. It's been way too long, but let's go straight. Okay, there's the exit. I was already there. Ooh, sneaky. Come on, get in there. Did I go this way already? Can't remember. Yep, I did. I think I went that way, this way. Yeah, now I'm lost. Yeah. Where am I? All right, I could play those games for hours and hours and hours, and that would just be a completely boring video. So anyway, I think that worked out pretty good. I like the tools at Phil's Computer Lab. It's really, really easy to use. Doesn't take much to get your system up and running. Uh, Behind the scenes, after the fact, I actually did install a hard drive, and I used a little utility to help install Windows 98, like really, really fast. It literally took like less than 2 minutes. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll let you know. The only thing that I ran into is I'm currently using a 160 gig drive, if this thing would focus, and this board won't accept that 160 gig drive, like not even in the slightest. So I use a little utility in Linux called HD Parm, or I guess it's HD Parameter, and it allows you to sort of edit the HBA part of your disk. And I just set this disk to be 16 gigabytes. And so this computer thinks that this is a 16 gig drive. So, here we are, drive C, and disk free space is 15.6. Yeah, so it works out quite nice. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. All right, this brings us to the end of the video. Again, if you have made it this far, you are an absolute rock star. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one.